So we have derivative of a function. So when we are dealing about derivative, we are dealing with objects that change, whether that be change of time, change in position, changes in energy, or changes in displacement. Basta nagche-change or merong increment or decrement, specific change, that is differentiation. So therefore we need to know what would be the derivative of the function. So since you all know that derivative or the differentiation is about increment or decrement, so let's have the function or the value delta. Okay, this triangle sign means delta, or the change from a certain object or from a certain point to another point. So let's say we have our delta y over delta x, wherein the limit of delta x approaches 0 is equal to our derivative of y over derivative of x. But how will we prove that delta y over delta x, or the increment of delta y and the increment of delta x, is equal to dy over dx? Basically, uh, there's a certain function, okay? In a certain function, in, let's say, in a system, okay? Let's have our graph f of x. Ayan. So sabihin natin may graph tayo ng f of x, wherein this f of x is any equation. So y is equal to f of x. Note that f of x is any equation. Pwede siya maging transcendental, pwede siya maging algebraic, okay, pwede siyang mga trigonometric, pwede siyang mga exponential. So from this point, you would consider this graph y equals f of x, wherein let's consider 2 points. We have our x sub 1, and then we have our x sub 2. So take note guys that our y is the output variable, diba? Yan yung nasa function natin dati. So y is output variable and x is our input variable. So therefore I may say that whatever input that you would be, there is a corresponding value of y. Okay, so from the graph, if I will have a value of y is equal to f of x at x is equal to x sub 1, so therefore y is equal to f of x sub 1, therefore I will have a value of y sub 1 which is equal to f of x sub 1. So from this, pag may x sub 1 ako dito, so therefore pag sinubstitute ko yung x sub 1 natin sa f of x natin, which is a point in our graph, magkakaroon tayo ng corresponding value na y sub 1. Okay? And also, pag nag-substitute ako ng value ng sabihin natin x sub 2, so x sub 2, so let's say f of x sub 2 is equal to y sub 2, y, so therefore we have f of x sub 2 is equal to y sub 2. So pag nag-substitute tayo ng x sub 2, therefore we will have a specific amount of, or a specific point, y sub 2. So therefore meron tayong x sub 2 and y sub 2. And also we have x sub 1 and y sub 1. But we are dealing with change, yung delta natin. Okay? So let us represent your x sub 2 into a certain, let's say, change. Okay? So if I have a function y sub 1, x sub 1, a function f of x wherein I will have a point x sub 1, so meron tayong y sub 1. So gawa ko ng reference point which is my datum. Ito yung datum natin. So you all know that from this point we have our y sub 1, tama ba? Ito yun. And a certain delta, okay, a certain change at y sub 2 or your delta y, so we will have a value of your y sub 2. So from that I may say that my y sub 2 is equal to delta y plus my y sub 1. Bakit? Kasi yung length ng y sub 2 ko, ito, will be equal to the length of my y sub 1 plus my y sub 2. My delta y plus y sub 1. Okay? So, parehas lang yan. And also, I may say that from this, kasi naka-delta yan at certain change of y comes from our input variable. Ano nga ba yung input variable natin? Take note that this is equal to our f of x sub 2. But what is our f of x sub 2? So, kaya tayo nagkaroon ng change or increment sa ating y is because of our input x sub 2. So, therefore, dadagdagan din natin yan ng increment which is your delta x. So therefore I may say that my y sub 2 is equal to the change of y plus y sub 1, which is because of the change of my input which is x sub 2, which is x plus delta x. So there would be an increment or decrement at y with respect to my x. So therefore I may say then, I may then say that I will have a value of delta y plus y sub 1 is equal to f of x plus delta x. Ayan, in terms of x na lahat yan. And delta x. And then later on, I may say that my delta y is equal to f of x plus delta x minus y. Okay? So, minus y sub 1. Okay? But, what is my y sub 1? Our y sub 1 is basically our f of x sub 1. But particularly in this equation, I just consider it as x. So, take note, itong x plus delta x natin is probably yung x sub 1 plus our delta x. Okay, so x sub 1 plus delta x and x sub 1 plus delta x and x sub 1 plus delta x minus y sub 1. But what is my y sub 1? So take note that our y sub 1 is equal to our f of x sub 1. So therefore I may say that our delta y is equal to f of x sub 1 plus delta x minus f of x sub 1. So getting or dividing both equation by delta x divided by delta x will have a value of delta y over delta x is equal to f of x sub 1 plus delta x over delta x minus our f of x sub 1. Okay, so from this equation or from this relationship, we can prove that the limit of delta y over delta x as delta x approaches 0 is dy over dx. So from this, substitute natin dito. So therefore, it is equal to delta y over delta x, which is equal to f of x plus delta x minus f of x. So itatanggalin ko na yung 1, no? So divided by delta x. So if you would get the limit of both sides as delta x approaches 0, we will have a value of our dy over dx. Also, since you all know that we have our delta y over delta x, we may also say that we have our y sub 2 minus y sub 1 from this, ito, di ba? Y sub 2 minus y sub 1, which is equal to our delta or the change. Ito. So pag sinubtract mo yung y sub 2 mo minus y sub 1 mo, so take note that y sub 2 is equal to delta y plus y1. So pag sinubtract mo yung y sub 1 dyan, magkakaroon ka ng value ng delta y, which is change. So therefore, I may say that delta y is equal to y sub 2 minus y sub 1 divided by also my delta x is equal to x sub 2 minus x sub 1, which is equal to our delta y over delta x. So pag inisip nyo mabuti yan, going back to our formula in analytic geometry, this is your m, or ito yung ating slope. Okay? So therefore, we may also say that if we would get the derivative of a function, we can get the slope of a function of the function at a certain point x or a certain point y. Ayan. So that is our derivative of a function. So we have our limit of delta y over delta x as delta x approaches 0, where it is equal to our f of x plus delta x minus f of x divided by our delta x. So as the limit of our delta x approaches 0. Yan. So let's have our first example wherein we have four x squared minus 5x, okay, which is equal to our y. So take note that this formula is also equal to our dy over dx. Okay, so in our first example, we have our f of x, which is equal to 4x squared minus 5x, and our f of x plus delta x is simply equal to 4 multiplied by x plus delta x squared minus 5 multiplied by x plus delta x. By further manipulation of this equation, we'll have this equal to 4 multiplied by x squared plus 2 delta x plus delta x squared minus 5 x plus delta x. So by using our formula or our relationship of our dy over dx above, using the limits integrating the derivative of any function, so therefore we may say that we have dy over dx is equal to the limit of our f of x plus delta x, which is equal to 4 multiplied by x squared plus 2 delta x, so multiplied by x to, so multiplied by x plus delta x squared minus 5x plus delta x. So this should be our f of x plus delta x minus our f of x, which is equal to 4x squared minus 5x divided by our delta x as delta x approaches 0, right? So by further manipulation of this equation, we'll have a value of kuha natin siya, distribute natin yung 4 natin. So we'll have a value of 4x squared plus 8 delta x multiplied by x plus 4 multiplied by delta x squared minus 5x minus 5 delta x minus 4x squared plus 5x divided by our delta x as the limit of delta x approaches 0. Okay, so bago ko rin yung limit nya, manipulate ko muna yung formula para hindi masyadong sulat ng limit, no? So from this, we'll have first our 4x squared minus 4x squared. So ito yun. So hanapin natin kung ano yung kapareha nya na pwede natin kunin. So we have 4x squared minus 4x squared, which is equal to 0. And then of course our negative 5x and our positive 5x, which is also equal to our 0. Okay? And then wala na. So therefore, let's copy the problem. We have our, kung ano natira, we have our 8 delta x multiplied by x plus 4 delta x squared minus 5 delta x divided by our delta x. So simply, our objective is to have a value that is equal to delta x over delta x, which is equal to 1, or tanggalin ang delta x sa denominator. Okay? So pag natanggal mo yan, you would have a value. Magkakaroon ka ng solution. So from that, we'll have a value of our, we can factor out already our delta x. So we'll have 8x plus 4 delta x minus 5 divided by delta x. So in order para pag natanggal natin yung delta x natin, so may raradicate natin yung ating indeterminate. So there will be 0 over 0. So there will be no 0 over 0. So no 0 over 0, which is equal to indeterminate. So yan yung iniwasan natin dito. Kaya yung maging objective natin, tanggalin natin yung delta x. So pag tanggal natin yung delta x, so therefore, since factorable naman siya, so ayan. So therefore, let's have a value of the limit of our delta x approaches 0 of our 8x plus 4 delta x minus 5. So if we would get the limit of this, we'll have 8x plus 4 multiplied by 0 minus 5, we will have a value of 8x minus 5, which is equal to our dy over dx. Okay. Number 2, let's find the derivative of our y is equal to x cubed plus 2x. So how will we find the derivative of y is equal to x cubed plus 2x? Okay. So pag gaman nyo na dati ang differential calculus, syempre you can check our solution by simply differentiating the value. So dy over dx is just equal to 3x squared plus 2. So let's prove that using our solution a while ago, wherein we would use the limit in solving the problem. So if you have our f of x, which is equal to x cubed plus 2x, and our f of x plus delta x, we have x plus delta x raised to 3 plus 2 multiplied by x plus delta x. Okay. By further manipulation of the equation, we'll have a value of our x plus delta x as x cubed plus 3x squared delta x plus 3 delta x squared x plus our delta x cube. So plus our 2 multiplied by x plus delta x. Ayan. So by further manipulation of the equation, so we'll have a value of x cubed plus 3x squared delta x plus 3 delta x squared plus multiplied by x plus delta x cubed multiplied close enough in parentheses plus 2 multiplied by x plus delta x. So take note that our f of x is this one. So applying our formula, which is equal to our dy over dx, we have our limit of f of x plus delta x minus f of x divided by delta x. By simply plugging in the formula, we'll have a value equal to as the limit of delta x approaches 0. So by simply plugging in our f of x plus delta x and our f of x, we'll have a value equal to x cubed plus 3x squared delta x plus 3 delta x 3 delta x squared multiplied by x plus delta x raised to 3 plus our 2x plus 2 delta x minus our f of x, which is equal to x cubed plus 2x, okay, divided by our delta x. By further manipulation of the equation, we will see, or we will try to add or subtract similar terms, okay, with similar exponents. So terms with similar exponents. So since you have x cubed, so hanapin natin kung anong x cubed dyan. So you have this. So x cubed minus x cubed, we have 0. And then of course we have our positive 2x minus 2x is also equal to 0. Okay, so copying those terms that are not cancel out, so therefore we'll have a value equal to 3x squared delta x plus 3 delta x squared multiplied by x plus our delta x cube plus 2 delta x divided by delta x. By further manipulation of the equation, we'll have a value equal to, so note, let's eradicate our delta x over delta x, which is equal to 0 over 0. Yan. So, eradicate natin yan. So, therefore, factoring out your delta x, we'll have a value of 3x squared plus 3 delta x plus delta x squared plus 2 divided by our delta x. So, cancelling out your delta x because delta x divided by delta x is equal to 1. So, therefore, we'll have a value equal to 3x squared plus 3 delta x plus delta x squared plus 2. So, by further manipulation of the equation, we'll have a value equal to 3x squared plus 3 delta x plus delta x squared, okay, plus 2. So, getting the limit of this function as delta x approaches 0, we'll have a value equal to 3x squared plus 0 plus 0 plus 2, which is equal to 3x squared plus 2, which is also equal to our dy over dx. Okay. So let's have another example, which is y is equal to 6 over x. So take note that dy over dx is equal to 6 multiplied by x raised to negative 1. So we have 6 multiplied by negative 1 multiplied by x raised to negative 1 minus 1. So we have negative 6 all over x squared. Okay, so let's just prove that we will have the derivative of this dy over dx using our formula of our dy over dx, which is equal to the limit of our f of x plus delta x minus f of x divided by our delta x as delta x approaches 0. Okay, so we have our f of x, which is equal to 6 over x, and f of x plus delta x, which is equal to 6 divided by x plus delta x. So considering this one, we'll plug this into our formula. We'll have a value of our limit of 6 all over x plus delta x minus 6 over x divided by our delta x as delta x approaches 0. So by further manipulation of the equation, we'll have a value equal to 6 over x plus delta x minus 6 over x all over our delta x. So factoring out 6, you'll have a value of 6 multiplied by 1 all over x plus delta x minus 1 over x divided by our delta x. Then by simply adding this, we will have a value of x plus delta x multiplied by x, so divided by, syempre, x plus delta x multiplied by x divided by x plus delta x is equal to x minus x plus delta x multiplied by x divided by x is equal to x plus delta x multiplied by our 6 divided by our delta x. So from this, we'll have a value equal to 6 multiplied by x, x minus x is 0, so x minus x equals 0 and negative multiplied by delta x is equal to negative delta x divided by x plus delta x multiplied by x divided by our delta x. Take note na may denominator yan na 1. So therefore, we will have a value equal to 6 multiplied by negative delta x divided by x plus delta x multiplied by x multiplied by delta x. So delta x divided by delta x is equal to negative 1. So therefore, we will have a value equal to negative 6 divided by x plus delta x multiplied by x. So from this, we will have our limit of the limit of our negative 6 all over x plus delta x multiplied by x as delta x approaches 0. So we'll have a value equal to negative 6 divided by x plus 0 multiplied by x, which is equal to negative 6 all over x squared, which is equal to our dy over dx. Okay. So another example, let's have y is equal to square root of 4x plus 3. So pag dinifferentiate natin yun, so dy over dx is just equal to the derivative of our 4x plus 3 raised to 1/2 dx. So from this we can say that we have 1/2 multiplied by 4x plus 3 raised to 1/2 minus 1 multiplied by the derivative of 4x plus 3 with respect to x. So we have 1/2 multiplied by 1 all over 4x plus 3 raised to 1/2. So multiplied by the derivative of 4x plus 3 is 4. So therefore we have 4 over 2 multiplied by 1 all over square root of 4x plus 3, which is equal to 2 divided by square root of 4x plus 3. Okay, so let's prove this using our limit, wherein we have our dy over dx is equal to the limit of f of x plus delta x minus f of x divided by delta x as delta x approaches 0. Okay, so let's have our f of x plus delta x, which is equal to square root of 4 multiplied by x plus delta x plus 3, and our f of x equals square root of 4x plus 3. So therefore from this we can say that we have dy over dx is equal to the limit of our square root of 4 multiplied by x plus delta x plus 3 minus square root of 4x plus 3 divided by delta x as delta x approaches 0. So first, before I will solve the limit of this one, simplify muna natin siya. We have square root of 4 multiplied by x plus delta x plus 3 minus square root of 4x plus 3 divided by our delta x. So take note that in our prelim, sinabi ko pag yung mga problem, ang objective lang natin is your as squared minus b squared. So therefore we would multiply the conjugate of this, which is equal to square root of 4 multiplied by x plus delta x plus 3 plus square root of 4x plus 3 divided by square root of 4 multiplied by x plus delta x plus 3 plus square root of 4x plus 3. So from this we'll have a value equal to a squared minus b squared, so we'll have 4 multiplied by x plus delta x plus 3 squared minus siyempre may square root tayo, minus square root of 4x plus 3 squared divided by delta x. So therefore we'll have a value equal to 4 multiplied by x plus delta x plus 3 plus 4x plus 3 sorry, so this must be 4x plus delta x plus 3 minus 4x plus 3. So dapat i-carry din to natin dito sa baba, which is equal to square root of our 4 multiplied by x plus delta x plus 3 diba, plus square root of our 4x plus 3. Ayan. So divided by our delta x multiplied by square root of 4 multiplied by x plus okay, yun, medyo mahaba na siya. So square root of 4x plus delta x plus 3 plus square root of 4x plus 3. So ayan. So from this we'll have 4x plus 4 delta x plus 3 minus 4x plus 3 all over our denominator, which is equal to delta x multiplied by square root of 4 multiplied by x plus delta x plus 3 plus square root of 4x plus 3. So dito mapapansin nyo that we have 4x minus 4x, which is equal to 0, and also 3 minus 3 is equal to 0. So therefore we'll have a function equal to 4 delta x divided by delta x multiplied by square root of 4 multiplied by x plus delta x plus 3. Yan. So plus 3 plus square root of 4x plus 3. So you will notice that we have similar numerator. We delta x divided by delta x is equal to 1. So therefore we will have a value equal to 4 divided by square root of 4 multiplied by x plus delta x plus 3 plus square root of 4x plus 3. Okay, so getting the limit of this equation, so pag kinuha natin yung limit nito as delta x approaches 0, we'll have a value equal to 4 divided by square root of 4 multiplied by x plus 0 plus 3 plus square root of 4x plus 3 will have a value equal to 4 divided by square root of 4x plus 3 plus square root of 4x plus 3. So notice na parehas to, so therefore we'll have a value equal to 4 divided by 2 multiplied by square root of 4x plus 3. So therefore, we'll have 4 divided by 2 is equal to 2, which is equal to 2 divided by square root of 4x plus 3. Okay, so this will be our dy over dx. Okay, notice that it is similar with our rule of by our applying our rule of differentiation. Okay, so that would be our examples.